All right, guys, I'm live. Get a little earbuds in so I can hear what's going on. Hey, welcome to the Johnny Allen Podcast show live. Hopefully, this is all working out. Still in the process of testing equipment, but I hope you all are doing good. It's Thursday, April the 15th, 2020, and it's 5 o'clock. Like I said, I hope you guys are doing good out there. Welcome to the show. If you're a first-time viewer, subscriber, viewer, please subscribe, hit the like button, all that good stuff they say to do. If you want to do that, that'd be great. I just talk about everyday life situations here on the show, guys. I'm a common dude, common guy, and that's it. That's all. I talk about what goes on, and I just share with you guys, and we get feedback, and we just kind of talk about stuff that's going on, general conversations. We don't get too graphic. We don't get too ornery, nothing like that. We just have plain, simple conversations, and I share with you. So I'll begin by sharing now. So like I said, hopefully you guys are doing well. Every once in a while I read the news and check things out. And, it can be disturbing, right? It can be disturbing. Today was disturbing when I checked out the news. I mean, what is it with the United States and our tensions with Russia, our tensions with China, tensions all over the world, tensions within our own country? It's just kind of crazy how that's all going. I don't really understand it. I never will understand it. I won't understand the way human beings think. It's just something I've talked about in the past on previous podcasts. I just really don't understand why we have behaviors like we do. We're on one planet, one world. We should all get along. It's just as simple as that. We should all get along, but we don't. We fight. We try to do all these bad things and create a bunch of ruckus. Now, hypothetically saying, and hopefully it never will happen, but what if we get in a big war with China and Russia and nukes are exchanged? What good does it do, really, for everybody? What good does it do? Nothing. It's just going to devastate the planet. The planet's going to be gone. We're all going to be wiped out. I don't care if they're hiding in bunkers, whatever. You can only live for so long. It's just a mess, right? It's just a mess. Guys, comment or whatever you want. Chime in, however you feel about it. It's just a mess. I don't know why we just can't get along in general. I get along with just about everybody, every race, creed, religion, gender. Can't decide what gender. You guys know what I'm saying. I'm trying to be a little funny, but I get along with just about everybody. I'm like I said, I'm just a common average dude. I don't cause problems. I just don't understand. I'm just trying to get along like everybody else. Don't know why all this tensions going on. We could talk about all these different things. Don't want to really get into it. What's causing this? What's causing that? I just believe in living a healthy life all the way around. Eating healthy as well, as best that you can with what the environment we have provided for us. I believe in just having good karma with people. Some people said, I remember one time I said something about karma, and someone on the Facebook platform said, I don't believe in karma. I don't think there's such thing as karma. Yeah, you got your right to your opinion, but I really do think there's such thing as karma because it's actually happened to me in the past. I've had bad karma on me. So I really believe in it. I just try not to create a bunch of waves and do bad things to bad people and do wrong things and things that I know are wrong. And, stuff like that. If you guys are drinking coffee, I drink coffee on my little podcast. And if you are, or if you're drinking whatever you're drinking, just share a little drink with me for 30 minutes. I usually just do this thing for 30 minutes. I may do it shorter. I usually have a recorded show, but I think it's kind of fun to try this new equipment and stream it live once in a while, see what's going on. Like I said, I'm just kind of testing the equipment. But that being said or whatever, getting back to the subject at hand, I just don't understand really why human beings behave the way they do. I just never did get it. I talk about it a lot on this show. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. You got different religious beliefs in the world, and they fight amongst each other and don't agree. You have different political views in the world, and they fight against each other and they don't agree. So the bottom line is with all this I'm saying, guys, is they just can't we just can't get along no matter what, right? I just don't understand why we can't. Why can't we? Well, I mean, I understand differences. Differences are okay. Differences are good. It's good to have differences. It's good to have your own opinions. It doesn't mean that, I'm going to go out and do something really horrible to somebody, kill them or whatever because I don't agree with them. You get what I'm saying with all this? It doesn't make sense. So anyway, I read the news today and I was like, oh gosh, here we go again, right? This is bad. This is bad. Why is all the news bad anyway? Is that just their job? Is just strictly report bad stuff? I mean, I don't get it. Just report all the bad stuff. What's up with that? Report some good stories once in a while. It'd be great, right? Another cup of coffee. It's been kind of a long week for me. I work a 9 to 5 grind. Usually get weekends off, which is good. I worked throughout this whole COVID mess that we've had for the last year and 3 or 4 months, right? Worked through all that. I work in the healthcare industry, so it's been kind of challenging. I did get the vaccine. That's a whole different thing. I didn't get J&J. It was before that. I hope that I know people that have gotten the J&J COVID vaccine, and I hope they do well. I don't know. The whole thing with this is I'm almost, guys, I'm in my 50s, right? And I still don't know. Well, I don't know. I've tried to figure out everything that goes on in this world, in this social, setup that human beings have created, the whole social platforms, the whole agendas, the whole diseases and all this stuff. This just everything, right? Just trying to figure out life in general, what's going on. Because kind of when you're a kid, at least I was when I was a kid, everything seemed good. I know we had some bad stuff, but everything seemed wonderful and good, right? And it's just like now, it's like, really? I mean, I enjoy the weather, when the weather's good. I enjoy trips. The wife and I just got back from Berlin, Ohio last weekend for a long weekend, Amish country. And, that was pretty cool. Amish people, I don't really know Amish people that well, but I got to learn and know a little bit about the Amish people. And the more that I observe how they live and everything, that's not really, I think they got it going on. I mean, seriously, I think they got it going on. They don't believe in wars. They try to stay out of that stuff. They just have their own little agenda. They do things the old-fashioned way. They try not to pollute. You talk about people being green, all this green stuff going on. Oh, we got to be green. We got to look at the Amish, man. They drive no cars. They still plow their fields and stuff with horse-driven, drawing plows. Everything's real horsepower, right? 4-legged animal type. I mean, when you think about it, they're about as green as you can get, and just their whole lifestyle was really neat. And the Amish that I ran into, like I had to ask one of them, young lady, some questions on how to get somewhere because we got lost because we were so far out. The wife and I, we lost the GPS, so we got lost. And of course, I didn't have a map. Yeah, I did have a map. I'll take that back. I did have a map, but it wasn't detailed enough for the country setting to figure out where I was going. But anyway, this woman was really nice. Just keep taking this road, she said, and hang at first stop sign, hang a left, and it'll take you right to it. Pleasant people that I ran into. So, kudos to the Amish, man. I mean, people make fun of them or whatever. I thought they were pretty cool. I like drinking the coffee and just sharing. So it was nice to have a little break. That was the first thing that, first time that wife and I got to go on any kind of trip since the whole pandemic. And the thing too, think about this, guys, as far as concerning the pandemic goes. Okay, we're going to just talk about a little bit about the pandemic. Okay, it started last year, right? Everybody knows that, and everybody knows that. They think it, originated from China. I don't want to get into all the conspiracy or whatever about it. I got my thoughts about that, but anyway, the point I'm trying to make with this whole COVID thing is how much it's spread. Even though I know we have commercial airlines and people travel a lot and stuff like that, and they can go, and get here through ships and planes, and viruses can travel. But if you really think about how this virus traveled all over the world in such a quick time, and I mean all over the world, like in the rainforest of the Amazon, you have reported COVID positive test with some Brazilians that lived way in the back jungles of Brazil, South America, back in the Amazons. They're testing positive for COVID now, and they're not flying, they're not driving cars, they're not exposed to hardly anybody. So you wonder, I wonder how in the world did that thing get around this everywhere? I mean, I only think there's a couple places, maybe Antarctica and North Pole, where they didn't have any cases, or very few. But anyway, I just thought it was kind of funny. If you guys have any, comments about anything, please do so. I got the stream going. I don't even know if this is really working. I think it is. But anyway, again, welcome. Like I said, just talk about everyday common things. So I'm talking about the COVID pandemic. They talk about the mask and no mask and blah, 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 blah. How do you feel what the mask thing is? Okay. I'm kind of glad that, I can take the mask off some places and still putting it on in other places. They make us, kind of do that where I'm at. Some of the restrictions have been loosened, but you just wonder how much the mask does work. It doesn't work. The vaccine's working, seems to be. The whole thing just is kind of a mess. I'll go for walks once in a while, especially when the pandemic was really kicked high this time last year. And I would go out for some solitude walks, some spiritual walks, whatever you want to call it, and just think about all these things, that are going on. And, I was this time last year, I was a little stressed. I admit, I was a little stressed. I think everybody else was too. Now with the pandemic, my stress has lessened, but now I'm kind of worried about, okay, and should I be worried about it? That's the whole thing I'm talking about today, guys. How much should you worry about what's going on in the world that you can't help? I don't think you should worry about. You can't really worry about it, right? Comment below if you, like I said, if you got any comments about anything. I just can't stress over all that stuff anymore. I mean, what can you do? It's just getting weird. When I grew up, there was stuff going on here in the United States. The 60s was bad and 70s were great. I mean, 70s were cool. I grew up in the 70s. They were great. 80s were great. 90s were a little weird. 2000 comes and it's getting even weirder. Now that's 2021. It's so far out there. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone sometimes. There's so much weirdness going on everywhere, man. I mean, just think about it. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's just strange how things are changing. As I get older, I see how things are changing. And some of it I don't like. Some of it is like, have no opinions. Some of it's okay, but the whole thing is everything has changed. And some things have not changed as far as like I said, the world theater has not changed. It seems like there's still a lot of hatred to people. Like some countries want to take everything over or perceive to want to take over the world. They want a one government thing. It's just weird. It's like, can everybody just kind of leave it alone and just let us coexist together in peace, right? In peace. That's it. Why can't we do that? It's a big, huge question, and it's been going on for thousands of years, and we haven't had the answer yet as human beings. And if you look at some animals in the world, they seem like they're more intelligent than we are at a lot of things. And I won't go into all the details, but they are, and they survive. It's just something else. Anyway, another drink of coffee. I kind of show my coffee mugs off today. It's the Black Rifle Coffee Company, which I like. I also used to be formerly Diesel Coffee, CW Coffee now. I'll be putting links on, there's links actually on my channel if you want to look up some of these coffee companies I recommend. I actually got this Pro Bass Shop one, Black Rifle from my son. Thank you for my birthday. But I'd like to get on here and share a little bit of history and future, what's going on with the little podcast I got going on here. Is am investing in some equipment. Been doing that for quite some time now. I'm going to have some guests on once that hits, which will be soon, because I'm getting to the point now to where I kind of narrowed it down to where I want to go. But anyway, the show's going to improve, and we will have guests on, which guest will be nice. Looking forward to having guests. If you want to be a guest on my show, hit me up. Just comment. Tell me a little bit about yourself, what you want to talk about, and we may have you on at some point. But until then, I'm kind of doing these little blogs till we get up and rolling full steam ahead. And like I said, today is just the worldly stuff. It's just I talk about that a lot, but it's really true. It's just the world's ever changing, and there's so much stress in the world, so much uncertainty and everything. It's like, man, I just wish everything would calm down. I wish these riots and all this stuff protesting would just stop. Just give it a break for a year. Can we not kill people for a year? Can we not do bad things for a year? Can we not, world leaders, can you not argue and feud and show off your muscle and your military might for a year? Can we take a time out for doing all these bad things for 1 year? Do you think 12 months that human beings around the world and society can get it together and just take a time out from all the bad stuff for 1 year? That'd be wonderful. Wouldn't that be great? Just 1 year, cut out all the bullshit. I mean, to say it bluntly, right? That'd be great. I mean, that would be great. Because you know what? We would put the news out of business, or they'd have to change their format. It'd be like, oh, today, 500 men helped old women cross the street. Oh, today, rich people gave poor people on the street, homeless people, a place to live and some food. And today, Russia and China and Iran and the United States and Saudi Arabia and blah, 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 blah down the road, they all had a big kumbaya party and got together and decided, you know what, we're not going to have nukes and stuff anymore. We just got our little area and you got your little area and we're all good. We're going to help each other and everything's going to be great. And we don't have to worry about wars no more. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? The military machine wouldn't like it. But you know what? Find some other way to make money besides killing people and tearing up the environment. I mean, come on. Really? And these people that want to go totally green, I sort of get it, but I sort of don't. People that still want to drive cars and use fossil fuels, do it responsible. We can have both, and we can do it responsible. And you're not going to kill the planet. I'm sure of it. We're killing the planet more by, if we have a big war, a nuke war, it's going to kill the planet more. I mean, I think about all these things, guys, Can we go to a McDonald's and not worry about somebody behind you getting upset and because it's taking too long and shooting the people that work there or shooting the person in front of them? Can we not do that? Can we not, get mad at somebody because they pull in front of you on the highway and they try to get over and you just get mad and shoot them, kill an innocent woman with a family? Can we not do that? Can we not do that? Can the police be a little more careful about drawing which weapon they need to draw? Can we do that? Can we not get in trouble at all so the police don't pull you over? Can we not do that? There's a lot of things that we can correct, guys, and that's everybody, every color, every race, every creed, whatever. There's so many things that could be corrected to make this world a really good place to live. Because we only got one planet. I thought about this today, too. We only got one planet. And the Putins of the world and the Bidens of the world and the Iranian Ayatollahs of the world, and you get it, all these people and the Chinese dictators of the world and the Korean dictator in the world. You get what I'm saying. All these people, you know what? We only got one planet, guys. And come off the ego. Come down off the ego a little bit and take care of the planet. Work together. You know what? What's wrong with drinking a beer and having a coffee with a common man like me or common woman? And saying, you know what? Get off this high pedestal. Like, okay, I want to be this emperor of the planet. Well, if you destroy the planet, you're going to be the emperor of nothing. Nothing. I like to rant and rave. I'm just like I said, an average guy. Once I get working it up, drinking the coffee, a lot of my emotions come out. And I don't know if you guys feel the same way as I do. I just get tired of this stuff. Trump's gone now, and it was all that stuff with Trump. Whether you liked him or not, doesn't matter. But it's just like all this stuff. Can we do things right and correct? Can we have a little integrity, a little dignity in the world, a little respect for each other? That's really it. That's all I got today, guys. 20 minutes. It's a live show. Hopefully I don't sound too much like Lurch, because every once in a while the audio does that, but sometimes the audio does not. And I'm still learning all this stuff because I am not technically savvy. I can yak my mouth, but as far as the technology goes, I know just enough to get me in trouble. That's about it. Well, guys, listen, I hope that, that you got something out of here today, what I'm saying about, it's just, and I know that, I say there's nothing we can do about it, but I think there is something we can do about it. If everybody got on the same page for 1 year, just said, okay, here, we're just going to stop all the garbage. We're going to work together. I mean, like the money thing, the money thing, one country's got to be wealthier. And no. It's good to be prosperous and stuff like that, but we can all prosper together and do it. I mean, if you look at the Amish community, for instance, one thing I saw when I was there last week is they're all kind of on equal plane. And they work hard and they make some good money. Some of them make really good money. They make furniture and stuff. They got furniture stores. They make pretty good money. But they're all helping each other. All one community helping each other. And even the people outside the community, they're kind of helping on them. They're not bothering people. They're leaving people alone. And one thing I notice about you Ohio drivers over there too, especially out there in Amish country, give those guys a break, man. They're riding bicycles and pulling, carts with horses still and everything, doing about 30 miles an hour top speed. And you country drivers out there in cars are just flying by me. I mean, they flew by me. I'm doing like 60 miles an hour and a 40, and they're zoom. And it's like you go over this hill, and you can't see nothing until you go over the hill. And then it might be, poor guy on an Amish bike or woman, or, you're going to slam into him. Give him some graces, man. And I talk about this too all the time. I talked about this my very first podcast I did, very first one I did about a year and a half ago. I talked about drivers, ridiculous drivers. And that's a whole new show, and that was a cool one. But why are you in such a big damn hurry in the first place, right? Why are you in such a big hurry? If you're going to be late for your job, just get up a few minutes earlier. Get your ass out of bed. That's what I said. And a lot of people like that back then, but it's true. Get your ass out of bed earlier. Why are you in such a hurry? Slow down. Drink some coffee. Take life easy. Be peaceful. Treat your neighbors great. Help out your neighbors. Have respect for one another. To me, it's just so simple, but there's so many people that don't get it today. And I'm going to end on this note too. And I don't know. I may piss some people off with this. I really don't know. And maybe I won't, but it's the honest to God's truth. I've been the kind of person I've reached out to people, and I still reach out to people. It's just my nature, and I'm nice to people and stuff like that. And some of my quote unquote good friends, and it's nobody in particular, just quite a few of them actually. And I can only name maybe 4 of them that have been with me as far as ask for a favor or something like that, or, keep in contact when I reach out to keep in contact, doing things and just having general respect for each other. Probably only 4 people. Because the rest of them, and God love them, I don't know what the problem is or what if it's a problem. I don't know what it is. But sometimes you just feel like you're left for, just you're taken for granted or just left on the shelf or forgotten about. And it's like, oh, I'm going to jump on this bandwagon or this bandwagon or that bandwagon and say, oh, well, wait a minute, I'm still here, guys. Hello, you guys are probably thinking, what's he talking about? Talking about when you really doing a lot for other people, whether it be at the workplace or whatever, and you feel like you don't get recognized for none of it. Now, I'm not one of these people that would need all this attention and need all this praise, but once in a while, it'd be nice to say, hey, really appreciate what you're doing. Oh yeah, when you reach out to somebody, yeah, I'll get back with you, and get back with them. Keep reaching out saying, hey, you guys really want to do this? You want to do that? Or you guys want to get together? You guys want to do, you guys want to, do whatever you're doing? And you go, oh, yeah. And then you never hear from them again. They're gone. Or if you have a good idea and you sit down and you're like, yeah, let's do this for the team. And then you say, hey, you're really excited about something. And then just shoot you down. I've talked about that before too. It's like, anymore the way I look at it, man, I just, I got my little home. I got my wife and my little dog. And I got my family. My family that's still here. And, I'm getting to the point now at my age, that's all I need anymore. I'll be honest with you, and this is why I said I might upset a few people, but I'm not naming names. And if you got a guilty conscience, maybe you're one of them. I don't know. But, I just, I feel really kind of betrayed and not even betrayed is the word I'm looking for, but but kind of just disappointed in some people. Um, it felt like I didn't get a fair shake with a lot of things. Man, I'm okay with that personally, but at the same time, though, it's just kind of an eye opener. You know, you just wonder who you can trust, who you can't trust, who's BSing you, and who isn't. So but we live in an imperfect world, and that's just the way it is, unfortunately. So my suggestion before I get off here is do the best that you can with what we have. Try to be the best person you can, and I think with that, it may make the world a better place. Hopefully someday. I may not see it in my lifetime, but hopefully for the future of our kids and grandkids, and hopefully down the road we don't blow each other up, and we start really appreciating everybody. I mean, everybody, right? The stereotyping and all this bigotry and and prejudices and me first and all that's got to go. Really, it's got to go. And they talk about people having privileges. I've heard all that stuff. I don't know what that means. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what that means. Privileges. I mean, I've met people with different. That's a whole different thing, I guess. So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thanks for letting me rant today. Like I said, I just talk about everyday life situations. Today I talked about my little visitation with the Amish in the Amish community, and I thought they were pretty good people. We got the world problems going on. If you don't believe me, look at the news. Okay, and how do we deal with that? How do we deal with that, people? And should we deal with it? And should we worry about it? It's all these things, right? And before I go, it's a 1-year anniversary. Last Friday was so sobering. I was having a nice time with my wife, but at the same time, it was the anniversary of my best friend's death, and he let stresses of the world get to him, and that ended his life. And we miss him dearly. And awareness to, I like to put out some awareness to mental health, and that's it. We got to have good mental health. I mean, I think that's the key. I think I just answer my own question with all this. We have to have good mental health, and we have to think, really positive and healthy about things instead of unhealthy and negative about stuff, right? So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. God rest TD. And anyway, I'll see you guys next week, the good Lord willing, and we'll get some guests in here. I keep saying that, but it's going to happen. And thanks for joining the live thing. Hopefully it worked out okay. Like I said, if anything, this is just putting it out there, testing it. If you guys hear anything with technical wise that need to be checked out, let me know. Comment below. Love y'all. Good luck with everything, and whatever you're doing, just do it fairly and do it gracefully, and be good to your neighbors. That's it. Later.